Hello everyone, this is Mohammad Inadullah from the Sai Mehta Coaching Center, Koti, Hyderabad. So in our previous video, we have completed some 10 DPQs, daily practice questions of the topic continuity. Okay. So in this video also, we are going to cover some 10 questions of the continuity topic. So this topic will be completed. Then continuation of this part. After this, we'll be having differentiability. So all these topics are related to one another. First, we have done with functions, limits, continuity, differentiability. Okay. So now in this video, let us cover this 10 questions of the continuity topic over here. Let us continue that part. So what's the question we are having? F of x is equals to, this complete function is given over here, f of x is equals to 1 plus 3x square minus cos 2x divided by x square for x is not equal to 0. Already we have discussed what's the meaning of x is not equal to 0. What's the meaning of x is equal to 0? Whenever we are having equal to symbol, then we have to consider it as what? A function value. What's the condition we are having? First, let us write the condition for the continuous function. A function is said to be continuous. Function is said to be continuous. If you are taking any function f of x is said to be continuous if, what is the condition we are having over here? Limit x tends to a minus f of x, it is equals to limit x tends to a plus f of x, it is equals to f of a. Okay. So this is the condition we have taken over here. Limit x tends to a minus f of x equals to limit x tends to a plus f of x is equals to f of a. Means LHL value is equals to RHL, then it is equals to what? A function value. Whenever these three values are equal, then only we can call it as a function is continuous, or else what we have to say? We have to say it as a discontinuous. Okay, it is what? A discontinuous. Understood? We are having some more conditions also, like continuous we have taken, discontinuous we have taken. Okay, I'll write over here. First condition, first condition we are having it as if LHL value it is equals to RHL value it is equals to function value, then what we are calling over here? We are calling it as continuous function. Okay, what we are calling? We are calling it as continuous function. Similarly, we are having two cases now. First case we are taking it as if LHL it is not equal to RHL, and second case we are taking it as LHL it is equals to RHL but it is not equal to function value. These two conditions we are calling it as a discontinuous. What we are calling? We are calling it as what? A discontinuous. That is continuous condition we have taken, this is discontinuous. Discontinuous means if LHL is not equal to RHL means limit itself is not existing. So function will be discontinuous. If LHL is equals to RHL means limit is existing but this limit value it is not equal to function value, then we have to call it as what? A discontinuous. Okay. Now third condition we are having it as, suppose if it is discontinuous only, it is discontinuous function, but in that what is the category we are having means LHL value it is equals to function value and these are not equal to RHL value. Okay. So first of all we can call it as discontinuous function only. What we are calling? We are calling it as discontinuous function only, but as LHL value is equals to function value, then we are calling it as what? Left continuous. What we are calling? Left continuous. Okay. Now last condition we are having over here, if RHL value it is equals to function value and it is not equal to LHL value, again it is discontinuous only, but as RHL value is equals to f of a function value, then we are calling it as what? A right continuous. Okay. So these are four conditions actually we have to remember over here, whether it is continuous, discontinuous, left continuous, right continuous. So maximum the options whatever we are having, it will be continuous and discontinuous only. If it is left continuous and right continuous given in the options, then we can go with these conditions. Okay. Now let us check the question what we are having. So we are having this part as f of x is equals to 1 plus 3x square minus cos 2x divided by x square for x is not equal to 0 and k for x is equals to 0. Now what I have told you already in our previous video that if you are having this conditions in the questions. Conditions means if you are having modulus function, if you are having step function, signum function, or else any conditions we are having, like different functions are given in the questions, then compulsory we have to find out a LHL value and a RHL value. Okay, what we have to find? LHL value and RHL value compulsory we have to find. Or else if you are not having all the conditions in the questions, then directly we can go with the limit part. No need to find out LHL, RHL value separately. Directly we can go with the limit value. Okay. Now let us see this part. So first let us try to write LHL value over here. LHL it is equals to limit x tends to what is given over here? 0. Okay, 0 is given. No? So for LHL what we have tried, LHL means minus, RHL means what? Plus. Whatever the number will be given, for that number we have tried minus and plus. 0 is given means we have tried 0 minus 0 plus. 3 is given means we have tried 3 minus 3 plus. Okay. So for this we are writing it as limit x tends to 0 minus. Okay. After writing 0 minus, then what we can do over here? 0 minus, what is the function we are having? For 0 minus, either we have to take this function or this function. Listen to this question carefully over here. 0 minus means what we have discussed, if it is not equal to 0, then only we have to take this part. So whenever this part is given, x is not equal to 0 means it is related to x tends to 0. Okay, not equals to 0 means what? Limits condition, tending to. This equal to means it will be related to function value. But if you are having this not equal to, we have to go for tending concept. Okay. So 0 minus, we have taken 0 minus. For 0 minus, we have to take this complete part over here. So we have taken this part as 1 plus 3x square minus cos 2x divided by x square. Okay. Now RHL value. What is RHL value we are having over here? RHL value what we are having? Limit x tends to 0 plus, limit x tends to 0 plus. For 0 plus also we have to take the same function over here, 1 plus 3x square minus cos 2x divided by x square. So for both of this we have taken the same function. If you are taking the same function and we are not having any conditions in that part like modulus function, we are not having step function, we are not having anything. So answers will be getting same over here. So no need to solve separately this one, will be getting the same answers. So let us solve only one part over here. So if you are solving only one part means what is happening over here now? If you are substituting the x value as 0, if you are substituting the x value as 0 over here, what will happen? This part will become 0 and this part 0 means cos 0 value. Cos 0 value is equals to 1. 1 minus 1, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, okay, divided by, again this part is 0, 0 by 0 means what we are getting over here? Indeterminate form. What we are getting? Indeterminate form, okay. Now again, in the previous video again we have discussed that whenever we are getting indeterminate forms, means answers we are getting it as 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, directly we can apply the L'Hospital's rule. Okay, what is the meaning of L'Hospital rule? We are having numerator we are differentiating separately, denominator we are differentiating separately. Okay, so let us see this part over here. So if you are differentiating this part, what will be getting the answer? Limit x tends to 0. Okay, for 0 minus 0 plus we are doing only one part means we have written limit x tends to 0. Now if you are differentiating this part, what we are getting? 1 will become 0, 3x square means what? 6x. Because 3 we have tried as it is, x square will become what? 2x. So 6x we have taken. Now next minus. Now what is the formula for cos ax we are having? D by dx of cos ax. D by dx of cos ax means minus a sin ax. So minus into minus plus, then 2 sin 2x divided by x square will become what? 2x. Okay, so this part we are getting over here. Now after getting this one, then again we have to substitute the x value. If you are substituting the x value means now what will happen? This part will become 0, sin 0 value 0, 0 plus 0, 0 divided by again 0. We are getting 0 by 0 again. So if you are getting, after applying L'Hospital rule, again we are getting the answer as 0 by 0 means one more time we have to differentiate. Okay, so how many times we are differentiating over here? Until we are getting the finite value. Okay, whenever we are getting the finite value, over there only we have to stop. So if you are getting again and again 0 by 0 means one more time we have to do the differentiation. Okay. Now let us do one more time differentiation over here. Limit x tends to 0, 6x will become what? 6. Okay. Now plus 2 we are having as it is. What is sin 2x formula now? Sin 2x means what? 2 cos 2x. So 2 to the 4. 4 cos 2x divided by this part will become 2. Now it is equals to. Now if you are substituting the x value as 0 over here, so this part will become 0. Cos 0 value is equals to 1. 1 4s are 4. 4 plus 6. 4 plus 6 is equals to 10 divided by 2, which is equals to 5. Okay. So LHL value and RHL value is equals to 5 we are getting. Okay. Now as per this condition, LHL it is equals to RHL it is equals to f of a. This is the condition we are having for the continuous function. So what is LHL value we are getting? 5. RHL is also what? Same 5. It is equals to. Now what is f of a? F of a value means when we are taking x is equals to 0, then what we are getting the function over here? K. So we have written k. Okay. Now finally what we have to find actually? We have to find out the k value, because it is already given that it is continuous. If it is already continuous, then we have written the formula now in the previous video. F of a is equals to limit x tends to a f of x. Okay. With the help of that formula also directly we can find out this part. Okay. So k value, therefore what is k value we are getting? K value it is equals to 5. Okay. So if k value is equals to 5 means which option will be correct now? Second option. Okay. Second option is correct. Now let us see the next question over here. The value that should be assigned to f of 0 so that the function f of x is equals to x plus 1 whole power cot x is continuous at x is equals to 0. Again this part is given, it is already continuous and we have to find out. Assigned to means we have to find out this f of 0 value. What we have to find? We have to find out f of 0 value means function value, f of a value we have to find. Let us go with the formula now. So what is the formula we are having? If you want to find out function value, we are having this part. F of a is equals to limit x tends to a, f of x. Okay, this is a simple formula we are having. Now what is f of a actually? F of a means which value we have to find? 0. So f of 0 it is equals to limit x tends to, again a means 0. What is the function we are having? Function is equals to x plus 1 whole power cot x. Okay, this part we have taken, x plus 1 whole power cot x. Now after taking this part, now let us apply the limits for this one. If you are applying the limits over here, this part will become 0. 0 plus 1 means 1, then cot 0. Cot 0 means what we are getting now? 1 power infinity form. What we are getting? We are getting 1 power infinity. So whenever we are getting 1 power infinity, answer is what? 1 power infinity. If you are substituting this part means we are getting the answer as 1 power infinity. So this is also what? Indeterminate form. Okay, this is also one of the indeterminate form we are having. 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, 0 into infinity, 0 power 0, infinity power 0, infinity minus infinity, 1 power infinity, all these are indeterminate forms. So for this, for 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, what we can do? We can apply L'Hospital rule. Understood? When we are having 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, we can apply L'Hospital rule. But if you are having 1 power infinity means what we have to do? If you are having 1 power infinity, then we have to use the formula like e power limit x tends to, or else let us write the complete formula over here. So we are having limit x tends to a f of x to the power g of x, it is equals to. After substituting the x value in this part, we are getting 1 power infinity. So now what we have to do means e power limit x tends to a. What is x tends to a over here? Same x tends to a we have tried. If it is x tends to 0, we have tried x tends to 0. If it is x tends to 1, we have tried x tends to 1. If it is x tends to infinity, we have tried x tends to infinity. Okay. So e power limit x tends to a. Now we are writing this complete part as f of x minus 1 into g of x. Okay. Now this is the formula we are having. Let us use this formula. So what we are doing means e power limit x tends to 0. Okay. Now what we have written, f of x minus 1. What is f of x we are having? This complete part is f of x. So f of x minus 1 into g of x means cot x. Okay, like this we have taken. Plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled. Now what is left over here? It is equals to e power limit x tends to 0 x into cot x. If you are having x into cot x how we can write now? Cot x means how we can write? Cot x means we are writing it as 1 by tan. How we are writing? 1 by tan. So we have taken 1 by tan x. Okay. Now we are having one more standard formula over here. Limit x tends to 0. Limit x tends to 0. As a sin x by x it is equals to 1. Similarly what we are having, limit x tends to 0. Tan x by x it is also equals to what? 1. If you are doing reciprocal of this part means what will happen? X by tan x. X by tan x means 1 by 1 it is equals to what? 1 only. So whenever we are getting tan x by x or x by tan x, the answer will be what? 1. Okay. So we are taking this part as e, we have written as it is. For this complete part, if you are applying the limits, we are getting the answer as 1. So which is equals to what? E. Okay. So as we are getting the answer as E, which option will be correct now? First option. Okay, first option is correct. So this was very simple question over here. Only we have to remember one formula, limit x tends to a f of x power g of x. If you are getting 1 power infinity, then directly we can use that formula and we are getting the results over here. Okay. Now let us go for the next question. If f of x is equal to 72 power x minus 9 power x minus 8 power x plus 1 divided by root 2 minus under root 1 plus cos x, if x is not equal to 0. If x is not equal to 0, then what we have to do over here, we have to take tending concept. X is tending to 0. Okay, x is tending to 0. Now again it is not given, less than, greater than, it is not given. So for both LHL and RHL, we have to take this function only. For both part, LHL and RHL, we have to take only this one function, and no need to find out LHL value separately, RHL value separately, because we are not having any condition in that part. Modulus step function, it is not given. Now this part we are having, x is equals to 0 means whatever this complete part we are having, this complete part we have to take it as function value, f of a value. Okay. So that complete part we have taken function value. Now in this function value, what we have to do, we have to find out this k value over here, and it is already given that that the function is what? Continuous. So whenever the function is already continuous, what we are discussing over here, let us write the same formula, f of a, it is equals to limit x tends to a, f of x. So this is a simple formula. Whenever we are getting the function is continuous already in the question, then directly we can take this formula over here. Okay. Now let us go with this part. F of a. F of a means what we are having over here, 0, means f of 0, it is equals to limit x tends to 0. What is f of x we are having? X tends to 0 means this complete part, means 72 power x minus 9 power x minus 8 power x plus 1 divided by root 2 minus under root 1 plus cos x. Okay, this part we have taken. Now we have to apply the limit for this complete part, what we are getting. And what is f of 0 value? If you are taking 0, then what we are getting, this complete part we are getting over here, k into log 2 into log 3. Okay, this part we have taken, which is equals to. Now if you want to apply the limits for this, as we are having, if you are substituting this part means we are not getting any answer over here. So let us go for simplification. What simplification we are doing means, limit x tends to 0 we have written as it is, 72 power x minus 9 power x, or else let us do one thing over here. We are rationalizing this part. Okay, we are rationalizing this. If you are doing rationalization, root 2 minus under root 1 plus cos x means what we can do, root 2 plus under root 1 plus cos x divided by root 2 plus under root 1 plus cos x. That rationalization we are doing. After doing rationalization, in this part also we are doing the changes over here. What changes we are doing means, 72 power x, we can write it as 9 power x into 8 power x. What we can write? 9 power x into 8 power x, because 72 means we are writing it as what? 9 8s or 8 9s are whole power x, and this power we are giving for both of this part means it will become 9 power x into 8 power x minus 9 power x minus 8 power x plus 1 divided by root 2 minus under root 1 plus cos x we have taken into root 2 plus under root 1 plus cos x divided by root 2 plus under root 1 plus cos x we have taken. Okay. So, rationalization we are doing. After doing rationalization, let us do the simplification. What we will be getting over here? Simplification. What we are getting the simplification now? So, limit. First, let us solve this complete part. Limit x tends to 0. Now, in this, we are taking 9 power x as common. If you are taking 9 power x as common, then what will be left over here? 9 power x, if you have 9 power x we have taken as common means leftover part will be 8 power x minus 1, and if you are taking again from this 2 part, if you are taking minus as common, then what will be left? 8 power x minus 1. Okay, this part we have taken into what is this complete part we are having? Root 2 plus under root 1 plus cos x. Okay. Now divided by, now it is looking like a minus b into a plus b. What is the formula for a minus b into a plus b? A square minus b square. A square means what we are having? Root 2 whole square. A square minus b square means under root 1 plus cos x whole square. Okay, this part we have taken. The square root gets cancelled, square root gets cancelled over here. Okay. Now let us go for somewhat more simplification. So limit x tends to 0 we have taken. Now from this again, if you are taking 8 power x minus 1 as common, if you are taking 8 power x minus 1 as common, then what is left over here? 9 power x. Over here minus 1. Okay, this part we have taken over here. Now next into, now what we are having over here, this part root 2 plus under root 1 plus cos x. Okay, this part we have taken and divided by 2 minus, if you are opening with this minus sign, 2 minus 1 minus cos x. Okay, so this part we have taken. Now what is left? What is left over here? 2 minus 1 means what? 1. So we are taking this part as limit x tends to 0. Okay, and we are having this complete part as, let us do one assumption over here. We are taking x square by x square, multiplying and dividing by what? X square. Why we have taken this part? I will explain you in the next step what we are having. Okay, x square by x square. So now what we are doing means 8 power x minus 1 into 9 power x minus 1. Okay, this part we have taken, and this x square we are having a denominator x square. I have given for this one part and for this one part. Okay, this part is done. Now next we are having this one as root 2 plus under root 1 plus cos x. Okay, this part we have taken. Next x square divided by 2 minus 1 means what? 1 minus cos x. Okay, like this we have taken. Now why we have taken that x square by x square means because it is looking like a power x minus 1 by x formula. Yes or no? A power x minus 1 by x formula means what we can write? Log a. So that's why as 1x is required for this, 1x is required for this, x into x means x square. That's why we have taken the assumption as x square by x square, multiplying and dividing by what? X square. Okay. Now in this part let us do one thing. We are having two formulae over here. What is that first formula means? Limit x tends to 0, a power x minus 1 by x is equals to log a. This is one formula. Okay. Now one more formula we are having over here, limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos ax divided by x square, it is equals to a square by 2. What we are having? 1 minus cos ax by x square is equals to a square by 2. This part we have taken. Now after taking this one, let us substitute the formula over here. What is happening with this part? So if you are applying the formula limit to this one means we are getting the answer as log 8 into, if you are applying for this one we are getting the answer as what? Log 9 into. Now if you are applying the limits for this part, then what we are getting now? Root 2 we are having over here, root 2 plus cos 0 value. Cos 0 means 1, 1 plus 1 means 2, root 2. root 2 plus root 2 we are getting. Okay. Now if you are applying the limit for this one, last part, if you are applying for this one, then what will be getting? Now listen carefully. We are having the answer as a square by 2. If it is reciprocal, then the answer will be what? 2 by a square. So let us write this one, 2 divided by a square. A means what we are having, a value is equals to 1. 1 square means what? 1. Okay, like this we are getting. So now we are having the left side part. Left side part we are having it as k into log 2. Log 2 into log 3. It is equals to. Now what is this answer we are getting over here? 2 we are having. Root 2 plus root 2 means what? 2 root 2. 2 2s are 4. 4 root 2 we are getting. 4 root 2 then into log 8. Log 8 into log 9. Okay, like this we have taken. But if you are comparing this, as we have to find out k value now. So first we have to make it as this log 8 we have tried as log 2. Log 9 we have tried as log 3. Then how we can write? Let us see this part. So 4 root 2 we have written as it is. Log we are writing as it is. 8 means we can write it as 2 cube. Because 2 cube means what? 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So we have written 2 cube over here. Into log 9 we can write it as 3 square. Because 3 3s are 9. So after writing this part, this power 3 we can write in the front. This power 2 also we can write in the front. So if you are writing 3 in the front over here, 3 4s are 12. Okay, 3 4s are 12. Then again 2 we are getting means 12 2s are 24. So we are finally getting the answer as k into log 2 into log 3, it is equals to 24 root 2 into log 2 into log 3. Okay. Now if you are comparing with this value, left LHS and RHS, if you are comparing over here, log 2 we are having, log 2 we are having, log 3 is there, log 3 is there. In the place of k what we are having? K is equals to, therefore k is equals to 24 root 2. Okay. So what is k value we are having? K value is equals to 24 root 2, means option 4 will be correct. Okay. So this was k value. Now let us see the next question. Given that the function f defined by some function is given over here, again it is given continuous, then the value of k is equals to. In this also we have to find out the k value. Okay. Now let us see this one. Now over here, in the previous questions how it was given, it is given x is not equal to 0. Not equal to means same function we are taking for LHL as well as for RHL also. Okay, for same function we are taking for both of the conditions. But over here it is not given not equal to condition, it is given greater than, less than, equal to. Whenever we are having equal to means this part will become what? F of a value, no doubt. Okay, no doubt it will become f of a value. Now we are having difficulty in finding LHL value and RHL value over here. Okay, now let us find out this part. So LHL means what we are having, minus part, na? What is value is given, 2 is given. So LHL means 2 minus, RHL means what? 2 plus. What is the meaning of 2 minus we are having? 2 minus means somewhat less than 2. 2 minus means what? Somewhat less than 2. Less than 2 means we are having this condition. Somewhat less than 2 means this part we are having. So this function we have to take for what? LHL. Okay. Now 2 plus means what we are having? 2 plus means somewhat greater than 2. Greater than 2 means this function we have to take for RHL. Understood? So like this we have to take LHL part, RHL part, and function value we have to take over here. Okay, let us see this one. And it is already given that it is continuous. Now in this, as LHL and RHL are different functions, let us write the formula like LHL it is equals to RHL it is equals to f of a. Okay, this part we have taken. Or else if directly it is given not equals to means LHL and RHL functions are same, then directly we can go with this formula, f of a is equals to limit x tends to a f of x. Okay. As it is given different functions for LHL and RHL, we have written like this. Okay. Now LHL means what we can write over here, limit x tends to 2 minus. For 2 minus what we have to take, x square minus 1, it is equals to. RHL means what we are having, limit x tends to 2 plus. Okay. Limit x tends to 2 plus means now what we have to take, 2x minus 1. Okay, which is equals to f of a means what we are having, k. Now we have to find out k value. Now how we have to find out k value means one time we can take these two parts or else we can take these two parts, okay, we will be getting the same answer. Suppose if you are taking this first and last part over here, what will be getting the answer? Limit x tends to 2 minus x square minus 1 it is equals to k. This is one case we have taken, and over here limit x tends to 2 plus we are having 2x minus 1 it is equals to k. This is the second case, okay. Now we have to substitute the limits over here. If you are substituting the limits, 2 minus means we are not having any condition. If you are not having any condition means directly we have to substitute x value as 2 only. So what will happen? 2 square will become what? 4. 4 minus 1 means what? 3. So k value is equals to 3. Okay. Now in this part, again in this also we are not having any conditions, directly x value is equals to what? 2. So 2 2s are 4. 4 minus 1 is equals to 3. So in this also k value is equals to 3. Okay. K is equals to 3. K is equals to 3. So let us go with the option as option number 2, that k value is equals to 3. Now let us go with the next question. F of x is equals to mod of x plus 3 divided by x plus 3 at x is equals to minus 3, f of x is. Okay, f of x is. Now listen here carefully. After solving this, I will be telling you a shortcut also what we are having for this part. F of x is continuous, discontinuous, differentiable or none. Means we have to find out whether it is continuous or discontinuous. Okay. So let us see this. What is the condition we are having for this part? LHL value should be equals to RHL value and it should be equals to f of a. These three values should be equal, then only we can call that function is what? Continuous. Okay. Now let us see this part. LHL value. LHL means what we can write now? Limit x tends to minus 3 is given over here now. So minus 3 minus. This is LHL we are having, and we are taking the function as mod of x plus 3 divided by x plus 3, which is equals to, means let us find out separately over here. Okay, this is LHL value. First let us find out separately. This is LHL part. Now RHL part, what we are having? RHL part is limit x tends to minus 3 plus minus 3 minus minus 3 plus. Okay. So LHL RHL we have taken that one. Then for this also we have to take the same function mod of x plus 3 divided by x plus 3. Okay, this part we have taken. Now after taking this part over here, now let us apply the limits. Now minus 3 minus, what is somewhat less than minus 3 we are having? Let us see this part over here. So if you are taking the number line means what we have taken, this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3, this is minus 4. Okay, like this we have taken. Now if you are having the number as 1.3, okay, 1.3 or else 1, let us take it as 1. So what is less than 1 means we will be going for 0.9, greater than 1 means we are going for 1.1, like that. Okay. Now if you are having minus 3 over here, minus 3, this is becoming completely less than part now. So minus 3, what is less than minus 3 means what? Minus 3.1. What is greater than minus 3 means what? Minus 2.9. Okay, like that we are having. So we have to take according to number line. Minus 3 less than means what? Minus 3.1. Greater than means what? Minus 2.9, like that we are having. Okay. Now listen here carefully. For modulus functions, already I have given you the conditions what we have tried. Mod of f of x is equals to f of x if f of x value, complete f of x value, it is greater than 0, and minus f of x if f of x value it is less than 0, and equal to 0 if f of x value is equals to 0. Okay, we are having these three conditions. What are these three conditions we are having over here? Okay, three conditions. Whenever we are having f of x value, means this complete function, not x value, this complete function, if it is greater than 0, then we have tried this function as it is. If this complete function it is less than 0, then we have tried as minus f of x. Okay, and if this complete function it is 0, then we have tried the answer as 0. Understood? So like this we are taking over here. So now what we will be doing means, let us take this part, minus 3 minus. Minus 3 minus means we are taking minus 3.1. Okay, and we have to substitute that minus 3.1 only for this condition. Only for this condition. Don't substitute in the denominator x over here. Where we are having the condition modulus of function, step function, over there only we have to substitute that value. So if you are taking this part as minus 3.1, what we are taking? Minus 3.1. So minus 3.1 plus 3 means what we will be getting? Positive number or negative number? That exactly we can't take that value, no, minus 3.1 only we are taking, minus 3.2 only we are taking, minus 3.3, only we are assuming that number. If we are assuming that number as minus 3.1, only we have to check whether this complete function, it is coming positive number or negative number. That type we have to check over here. So if you are checking that part, means minus 3.1 plus 3 means we will be getting negative value. What will be getting? Negative value. If this complete part is negative, then how we have to write the answer? Minus f of x. So we are writing this part as minus of x plus 3 divided by x plus 3. Okay, and we are having the limit over here. Limit x tends to minus 3. Okay, this part we have taken. Now what will happen? This complete part gets cancelled. Answer is equals to what? Minus 1. So LHL value we are getting it as what? Minus 1. Now next to what we are doing over here, limit x tends to minus 3 plus. Now what is the meaning of minus 3 plus we are having? Somewhat greater than minus 3. Somewhat greater than minus 3 means what we can take now? If you are taking minus 2.9. If you are taking minus 2.9 over here, 3 minus 2.9 means what we will be getting? We will be getting positive value. If you are getting positive value, then we have to write function as it is. If you are writing the function as it is over here, x plus 3 divided by x plus 3. So this part gets cancelled. Now we are getting the answer as what? 1. Okay. So if you are getting LHL value is equals to minus 1, RHL value is equals to plus 1, then what we can decide over here? Therefore, LHL it is not equals to, LHL is not equal to RHL. If LHL is not equal to RHL, then the function is not continuous, limit itself is not existing. In the first question only we have written over here, no? What we have written in the first question? If LHL is not equal to RHL, then it will be what? Discontinuous. If LHL and RHL are equal, but again it is not equal to function, then also it is what? Discontinuous. Okay. So over here also what we are getting now? What we are getting this part? This is also what? Discontinuous. Function is a discontinuous. Okay, function is what? Discontinuous. So option 2 is correct. Now let us see the next question. If f of x is equals to 1 minus x whole power 3 by x is continuous at x is equal to 0, then f of 0 means again in this question it is given that it is continuous and we have to find out a function value. Okay. Now in this again, as we have to find out the function value, what we are doing over, let us write the formula. F of a it is equals to limit x tends to a f of x. Now f of a means f of 0, we have to find out f of 0 value. F of 0 is equals to limit x tends to 0. What is the function we are having over here? 1 minus x whole power 3 by x. Okay. So this is very simple formula we are having in the limits, that limit x tends to 0. If it is limit x tends to 0, 1 plus ax whole power b by x, it is equals to e power ab. This is the formula we are having. Standard limit. Limit x tends to 0, 1 plus ax whole power b by x is equals to what? Is equals to e power a by b. So similarly over here also what we are having, f of 0 value, f of 0 is equals to e power, what is a value we are having? Minus 1, a value is equals to minus 1 into what is b value we are having? 3. Okay. So finally we are getting the answer as f of 0 is equals to e power minus 3. Okay. E power minus 3 is the answer. So e power minus 3 means e power minus 3, second option. Okay, second option. Now let us go with the next question over here. If f of x is equals to 1 minus cos 4x by x square for x is less than 0, k for x is x is equal to 0, root x by root 16 plus root x minus 4 for x is greater than 0. Now in this condition also LHL function is given separately, RHL function is given separately over here. Okay. Now just now we have done that similar type of question. If you are going for LHL, RHL and function value, if you have taken these two conditions, we are getting the same answer. If you have taken these two conditions also, we are getting the same answer. Okay. So no need to go with both the answers over there. Any one we can take. Either we can take LHL is equals to function value, or else we can take RHL is equals to function value. If you are doing any one, then also we will be getting the correct answer over there. Okay. So in this question also, no need to solve two answers over here. Let us go with one part only. So as LHL part, less than means this complete we are taking it as LHL function. What we are taking? LHL. So as comparison with RHL over here, it is looking like somewhat similar, means somewhat simple over there. If it is looking simple, means let us go with the LHL part only. So as we are having already continuous is given over here, so we can write this part as LHL it is equals to RHL it is equals to f of a. Now we are taking LHL and f of a part. Okay. Now what is LHL we are having over here? Limit x tends to 0 is given as 0 minus what is the function we are having over here? 1 minus cos 4x, 1 minus cos 4x divided by x square. Okay. Now it is equals to, what is function we are having over here? Function it is equals to k. Okay, this part. Now just now in the previous questions we have written one formula that limit x tends to 0, if you are having 1 minus cos ax divided by x square, then it is equals to a square by 2. This formula just now we have written over there, a square by 2. So it is looking like that formula only, no? 1 minus cos ax by x square. So for this what we can write now? A square. A square means what? 4 square 16 divided by 2. It is equals to what? K. So therefore 2 1s are 2 8s are. So k value is equals to 8. Okay. So k value is equals to 8 means let us go with option number 4. Option number 4 is correct. Now let us go with the next question. F of x is equals to cosecant x is continuous on. F of x is equals to cosecant x is continuous on. We are having some functions over here. Okay. Now if you are remembering the domain concept, domain, what is the domain of the all trigonometric functions, then it will become very easy for us that the trigonometric function it is continuous on which interval actually. Okay. From where to where. What is the interval we are having? In which interval the function is continuous, the function is discontinuous. Okay. Let us see this part. I will write the domain part for this. So if you are having the function over here, if you are having the function and the function is continuous at, function is continuous at. If you know the diagrams for this, whatever the diagrams we are having, a sin x graph, curves will be there, cos x graph again curves will be there, tan x will be there, cot x will be there, secant x and cosecant x. If you know that graphs, directly by seeing the graphs only we can give the answer, but this also we have to remember compulsory over here what we are having. Suppose if you are taking the function as sin x, okay. So domain, what is the domain we are having over here? What is the domain? So for sin x, f of x will be continuous at all the real numbers. What we have taken? All the real numbers. So all the real numbers means what we can take now? Minus infinity comma plus infinity. What we can take? Minus infinity comma plus infinity. Sin x is continuous. Sin x is what? Continuous. Continuous means x values we can take all the real numbers. For all the points we are getting the answers over there. Similarly cos x is also same. We are getting all the real numbers we can take minus infinity comma plus infinity. Okay, this part we have taken. Now next let us go for tan x. What is the meaning of tan x now? Where tan x is continuous means we are having this part as r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 means what is the meaning of this part over here? If you are taking any n value, if you are taking any n value is equal to 0 we have taken, n value is equal to 0 means 2 zeros are 0, 0 plus 1, 1 pi by 2, at 1 pi by 2 the function is discontinuous because we are removing this, r minus means this part, at this part the function is discontinuous except this, whatever the remaining we are getting over here, at that the function will be continuous. Understood? So 1 pi by 2 we are getting. Similarly, if you have taken n values equals to 1, 2 ones are 2, 2 plus 1 3, 3 pi by 2, then 2 we have taken means 2 twos are 4, 4 plus 1 5 pi by 2, 3 we have taken means 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 1 7 pi by 2, okay, 1 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, like that we are getting. So that's why we are calling this part as what? Odd multiples. What we are calling? Odd multiples of pi by 2. So whenever we are getting odd multiples of pi by 2, the function will be, tan x function will be discontinuous. Except that odd multiples of pi by 2, whatever the remaining we are getting now, over there function will be what? Continuous. Okay. So this was for the tan x part we are having. Similarly for cot x, what we can write now? Cot x we are having it as r minus n pi. R minus n pi. Now what's the meaning of r minus n pi we are having? N means we can take any numbers over there, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the numbers we are having, we can take all that numbers. So if you are taking 0, 0 into pi means what? 0. 1 means 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi. So for all the pi multiples, including 0 also, the function will be what? Discontinuous. The function will be what? Discontinuous. So including 0 as well as pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, for all this the function will be what? Discontinuous. Except that remaining whatever we are having, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, like that, whatever we are having over here, for that the function will be what? Continuous. Okay. Similarly secant x we are having. Secant x is similar to tan x, r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. Okay. Now next cosecant x. Cosecant x is similar to cot x, r minus n pi. Okay. So you have to remember this domain parts, then it will become very simple for this one. So as we are having cosecant x function, so cosecant x function means r minus n pi we are having, means we have to remove 0, we have to remove 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, all these pi multiples we have to remove. Okay. Now let us see this part over here. In the first question, what is the meaning of square bracket actually? Whenever we are having square bracket, the meaning is including. What is the meaning of square bracket? Including. What is the meaning of round bracket? Circular round bracket means excluding. Excluding means we are leaving that, we are not including that one. Okay. So over here pi we have taken a 0 and pi are including over here. Including means we are not including, actually we have to remove that. So this option is wrong over here. Okay. It is continuous on. Over here we have taken minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 only, but remaining also we can take now. Remaining numbers also we can take. So what we are taking, range, complete range, complete interval we are taking means we are starting from 0 up to pi. All the middle numbers we are taking, but we are not including 0, we are not including pi. Okay. So that's why option 4 is correct. Okay. Pi by 2 including, minus pi by 2 including over here, that is also correct only, but we have to take complete interval. Remaining parts also we are having now. So that we are not including, because after pi by 2 we are having next numbers also. Before pi we are having some other numbers also, that numbers it is not included over here. In this 0 to pi, all the numbers we are including, only we are not including 0 starting point and ending point we are not including. Between this all we are including over there. So that's why the cosecant x is continuous on what? 0 to pi. Okay, option 4 is correct. Now let us go for the next question over here. Now in this what we are having, if the function f of x is equal to tan phi x by x for x is not equal to 0. Whenever we are having x is not equal to 0 means what we have discussed, we have to take x is tending to 0 over here. X is tending to 0, and this x is equals to 0 means what is this part we are having? This is function value. This is what? A function value. Now it is already given that it is continuous. If it is already given that it is continuous, we have to find out a value. Okay. Now in this question, as LHL function, RHL function, it is not given separately. So directly we can write the formula as f of a is equals to limit x tends to a f of x. F of a is equals to limit x tends to a f of x. Now a means what we have to take 0, f of 0 value. F of 0 is equals to limit x tends to 0. What is f of x we are having? Tan phi x divided by x. Okay. Now what is f of 0 value we are having? F of 0 value is equals to a by 2. F of 0 value is equals to a by 2. Now as we already know the formula over here, limit x tends to 0, sin x by x, tan x by x is equals to 1. Similarly, limit x tends to 0, sin ax by x or tan ax by x, it is equals to a. Okay, sin ax by x, tan ax by x is equals to what? A. So over here also, according to the formula, what we can write, tan phi x by x means phi. Okay, this part we have taken. But what we have to find, a value we have to find. So if you want to find out a value, means this 2 we are sending over here. So therefore a value is equals to 2 5 is 10. Okay, so a value is equals to 10 we are getting. So as we are getting a value is equals to 10, let us go with option number 4. Okay, option 4 is correct. Now let us go with this last question over here of the continuity topic. If the function f of x is equals to e power x square minus cos x by x square for x is not equal to 0, is continuous, again it is given it is continuous, then we have to find out f of 0 value. Same question we are having. So what is the formula we are having over here? F of a, it is equals to limit x tends to a f of x. Okay, so f of which value we have to find? 0. F of 0 it is equals to limit x tends to 0. What is f of x we are having over here? E power x square minus cos x divided by x square. Okay, this part we have taken. Now let us apply the limits over here. If you are applying the limits, what is x value we are having? 0. E power 0 means what? 1. E power 0, 1. Cos 0, 1. 1 minus 1 means what? 0. So 0 divided by 0. So as we are getting what? Indeterminate form. So as we are getting indeterminate form as 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, what we have discussed, we have to apply L'Hospital rule. If you are applying L'Hospital rule over here, let us see this part. F of 0 it is equals to limit x tends to 0, we have to take as it is. Okay. According to L'Hospital rule, what we have to do? We have to differentiate the numerator separately, we have to differentiate the denominator separately. So denominator means what we are getting, x square will become 2x, and if you are differentiating this part means first we have to assume this part as x. If you are assuming this part as x, e power x, what is the formula for e power x? E power x only. So e power x, like this we have taken. Now this assumed part, one more time we have to differentiate. One more time differentiation means x square will become 2x, okay, minus cos x will become what? D by dx of cos x means minus sin x, minus into minus plus sin x, okay. Now if you are substituting the limits over here, then what will happen? 0 into this part, 0, sin 0, 0, 0 divided by 0. Again we are getting indeterminate form. So what we have to do now? One more time we have to differentiate. If you are doing one more time differentiation, then it will become what? F of 0 is equals to limit x tends to 0. Denominator part means 2x will become what? 2. Now numerator if you want to differentiate over here, it is looking like what? It is looking like a uv. What is the formula for uv? We are having d by dx of uv dash plus vu dash. Okay, means what we are doing over here, let us write this part as it is first, e power x square we are writing as it is. Now we are differentiating 2x. If you are differentiating 2x means what will be getting the answer? 2. This part we have done. V dash we have completed. Now this 2x we are writing as it is. 2x we are writing as it is over here. Now we have to differentiate this part. Okay. In this again, if you are assuming this part as x, e power x means what? E power x only. Then this assumed part one more time we have to differentiate. So it will become what? 2x. Okay. So this is uv we have completed. After completing uv, then plus sin x will become what? Cos x. Okay. Now let us substitute x value as 0. If you are substituting x value as 0, listen carefully. X value as 0 means this complete part will become 0. Okay, this complete part will become 0. E power 0 means what? 1. 2 into 1, 2. Cos 0 value, cos 0 is equals to what? 1. So 2 plus 0 plus 1 means 2 plus 1, 3. Answer will be what? 3 by 2. What we are getting the answer over here? 3 by 2. Now let us check the options what we are having. So according to options, option number 2, that f of 0 value is equals to what? 3 by 2 is correct. Okay. So with this Again, more 10 questions we have completed for the continuity topic over here. In the next video, we will be discussing differentiability. Okay, thank you very much.